disturbing. Deeply disturbing. But I was very pleased. I was pleased with Tunde's response. I'm sure some of you saw that response. Tunde's response was, if you put 100 black ants and 100 red ants together in a jar, right? More often than not, they're just going to be squirming around. But the minute you start to shake and make that place uncomfortable, they'd attack each other. And it goes on to say, we really shouldn't be attacking each other. Instead, you should be worried about those who are shaking the jar. Metaphorically speaking, now, that jar being Nigeria. During the last election cycles, there was a lot of toxicity on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't like you because you're Yoruba. You only have a wedu soup and gbegiri. That's all. People don't know how to cook. It's Igbos that cook very good soups. It's Akwa Ibom people that cook very. You are nonsense people. Some of you said that. Some of you still hold on to those very, very archaic sense of entitlement. My people, my tribe is more important than your tribe. Emphasis, and this is the reason why tribalism is very bad. It is combined with strong negative feelings for people outside that tribe. I don't know how many times it has to be said, or how it has to be said, but we all bleed red. Our cultures make our stay very beautiful. I'm not saying anything that you haven't heard before, but you see this particular brand of tribalism in modern Nigeria is despicable. It's despicable because you expect that the modern Nigerian, particularly in the 21st century, after jackpine, after traveling around, after stealing billions from other people, all right, and going outside to buy new Givenchy shirts and whatnot, and coming back, you would expect that they know better and do better, but they don't. In fact, even those who haven't jackpot, right, have the luxury of television, particularly international television, that hitherto wasn't available to us. Let's be honest. How many people back in 1985 had television sets in their homes? Not many. But these days, we have TVs right on our smart devices. We're good to go. We should know better. How best can tribalism be addressed in modern day Nigeria? I thought that intermarriages were going to be the solution when I was in secondary school because, for example, my father married an Izon woman, right? My uncle married an Igbo woman, right? I have an uncle who married from Sokoto all the way to Sokoto. One of my very best friends from university, his wife is from Adamawa. They sent him to go and sell Nigeria. He went there, one girl used love, cover his eye. He's married to an Adamawa princess. How do you now want to tear away this man from his wife? Babangida married Miriam. Where is Miriam? The late Miriam Babangida. Where is she from? Where is she from, please? Or where was she from? And then to make this even more disgusting, right? The tribalism has gone beyond, you are from the West, so I won't like you because I'm from the West. Or you're from the East. We say so many hurtful things. It's now, you are from this part of Anyocha. This part of Anyocha, you are not the ones that we like. We like the other people from the other part of Anyocha. Oh, this man's wife. How many remember that story? The woman was to become judge. But it was when she was meant to become the chief judge of that state. They now remembered that she's not from that state, even though she's married into this. You see how dirty and disgusting and frankly deplorable some of you sound when you carry tribalism? When we come back, the lines will be open, hopefully to non-tribalists.
Stay with us. Nigeriainfo. We'll be back.
It's amazing how your child grows up
morning. Once again, please be very, very clear with what I'm saying. No one is saying you shouldn't be proud of where you are from or your cultural heritage. Don't forget, Nigeria is filled with over 300 plus ethnic groups, 200 plus ethnic groups with over 400, some people say 500 languages. Oh. Many of which are extinct or they are becoming extinct. So the question now is, how do we help stem this tide? Because maybe like most human emotions, you cannot remove it, but it can be addressed, right? I like to believe that just the same way a lot of us don't do or dress or sound the same way our fathers did, like say 60, 70 years ago. If you watch those old clips of what Nigerians and what the British or the Americans sounded in the 60s and 70s, it's a far cry from the way we sound in our current time. So it is very possible, I like to believe, that we can move largely away from this monster that is tribalism. So how best can it be addressed is my question. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. All right, that's where you find us on WhatsApp and on Telegram. All right, David here says that good morning. One of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria is misinformation and disinformation. I remember throughout all of the election cycles, particularly the last one, there was a lot of disinformation. People trying to paint other people black in a sense, and that made this tribalism even worse. People started to see information that made it look like their neighbor was their worst enemy. Meanwhile, it was a politician who was only trying to get more votes to come to his side. We need to have a system that will be able to fact check information, and more importantly, we'll find that those who have the power should not be given too much power, i.e. the politicians. Politicians should not have so much control, particularly of the police. David is saying, power, he says, we need to reduce the power that these politicians have. Disinformation, and David might not be far off from the truth. It might not be far off from the truth. Propaganda thrives during the election. In fact, it was a very big deal. Now, thank you very much, David, for raising this. It was a very big deal when India held its last election. So big that they had to call Facebook and Google to help filter and monitor information that could be seen as inciting in Indian space. That's how big it was. That's how powerful social media is. So people use social media to drive sentiments. And maybe David is correct. Maybe the politicians have too much power. Just maybe. We're back after the headline news. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. We're talking about tribalism in modern day Nigeria. How can it be addressed? Is my question. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003 at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. Now, good morning, Jude. You see, this last bigotry, tribalism, is mostly on the internet, aka social media spaces, because they want to trend and make money. Also, it's a tool that the political elites use to divide us during the electionary season. Jude, let me tell you something. In reality, we're still doing intertribal marriages and still doing business together without any tribal sentiments. For example, I am a rich organic presently. Is my motherland, and my best friend Anayo is for we roll on a daily. Say no to bigotry and tribalism. Christopher Omorege with that comment. Thank you very much, Christopher. We roll on a daily. All right, moving on. This one says, good morning. It's sad to say, but it's usually the uneducated that get to fall prey to these sentiments. When you have nothing working for you, it is easy to blame some other person as the reason for your suffering. This blame game all year round. Amos is on the line from Port Harcourt. Amos, good morning to you.
Mr. Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please.
See, this issue is a very, very interesting one to discuss of, because it's, if not the primary cause of our backwardness, is one of the biggest one that is cause of our backwardness. But see, primarily, what is the reason? Because Nigeria is not a nationhood. That is just the fact. Don't Rwanda has different tribes?
Mm-hmm.
But why are they not talking about tribalism there? Because there is a proper governance, there is democracy, there is proper governance.
They did. So did you hear of the Rwanda genocide, Amos, back in the late 90s?
I'm talking about post-genocide.
Okay.
I'm talking about now.
Okay.
Now. So, but when it comes to us, the political elite, they promote the ethnicity. Like as I am now, if I go to Shoba Junction, Mokoro, I don't ask where you are from before I buy something from you.
Fair enough.
Okay? If I'm taking a cab from Shoba to Mokoro, I don't ask you where you are from. So what Nigerian ordinary persons are interested is proper governance. Sure, you understand? But that is lacking. That is lacking. And the country is not a nationhood yet. Are you not aware when the government is even promoting where some ethnic groups are even superior than the others? So when you are in a country like that, the others do not have a sense of belonging. So once the other ethnic groups do not have a sense of belonging, the nationhood will not exist in that kind of a society. So our major problem is we don't have a nationhood, and that is being necessitated by the political elite.
Okay. Amos, thank you very much. So the government has a role to play in promoting proper nationhood. Okay, all right. This was Jude. Mrs. Miriam Babagida is from Asaba. That's why Asaba is the capital or state of Delta, my state. And Jude, why are you using Anyocha? Jude, personally, I'm not a tribalist too, but Jude, I see everyone as tribalists. For example, I am Ukwani near Anocha South, but we speak similar to Igbo. I can't speak my language. I schooled in Anambra for my early secondary school, and most times I was insulted with the Igbo language, which I do not understand. Also, when some of my classmates and I are talking, they just change what they speak to Igbo, and I won't even understand. Later on, they'll tell me I'm Igbo, but I'm not pure Igbo. And I felt really bad sometimes. I've spoken to people of many tribes, but some people are just tribalistic. Even when you try to be nice to them, they try to relate with them like you would relate with your kinsmen. They would see you as someone who is pretending and not true. Jude, everyone is a tribalist. They would always want their tribes to be on top. Jude, some people label their tribe as the best and all supreme. You see it on social media spaces. Some people allocate beauty to tribe, riches to tribe, and all aspects of life. Jude, every Nigerian, no, every African is tribalist. Dior from Port Harcourt. Dior, thank you very much. That's a very interesting statement there. And sadly, I think Dior's experience is probably relatable. I think a lot of people relate to that. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Yeah, you see this whole thing. These are the areas that the National Orientation Agency is supposed to come in. The problem we have in this country, we lack thinkers, strategic thinkers. Let me ask, sorry you don't answer. Who is the minister for strategic thinking in Nigeria? Strategic policy orientation. Who is the minister? The minister. Do you even have that department? And you want to grow as a nation? You are joking. Go and check most of your government forms. State of origin, tribe, religion. They are itemizing it for you to fill it. What does that tell you? You are not ready to grow. You have another funny item which they call what is this? Federal character.
Okay. Yeah.
Your president even adhered to that. What does the Constitution say? There must be a representative of every state in that cabinet. Equal opportunity. See, you are not ready. This thing tried. Check at it carefully. Are you aware when it comes to this issue of tribalism, is affecting us greatly because of economical disqualifications? All narrows down to the money and how to survive. Look at what wickedness they did against us from the southeast. Go and check the board of directors in NNPC. From the 10 directors, senior directors, you know, see one person from Bayelsa State. And yet you are not producing oil. How come? Go to Shell, they hear me. First senior 20 directors, you will not see one Bayelsa man there. And it's oil producing from the south region. Tribalism. Look at the recruitment process. Look at this thing. I challenged them this morning. They will come to us. Let us see your qualification and your academic career. They will go. You are not qualified. Please go home. But they will go to the West. Let us see your qualification. Okay, you are not qualified. Please put his name. Take him to Holland for training. They will go to the North. Oh, you are not qualified. Okay, leave him. Take him to Norway for training.
Wait, Zion. Once again, you're not far off from the truth, because a lot of people have had these experiences, and I don't think many of the DGs will probably be able to deny the evidence that is before them, at least in the past 2 decades. But now, how do we address? That's the big question. How do we address it?
How can you address a problem in you that you are not ready to solve? Even your president is not ready to solve the problem. You are saying, how do we solve it? Am I the one that will solve it for you? Am I the one?
But we can't in all fairness continue like this now, can we?
Who will change it? Is it you? Thank God for your station. Look at all the profile of the people there. They are gotten from region by region, representing everywhere, intellectually representing. I have taken time to study most of your chat. I've listened to a lot of you guys, how the way they generated the people out of the whole system. It favors everybody. Our men are there. If they are not there now, they were there before when you guys all started. They all grew to different ranks. See, until we have that department for strategic thinking, policy development, these are the things that makes a nation. 2017 never reached. We have never even seen the dividends of this 2023 election. People are talking about 2027. Is it not funny? And we all are clapping and happy. You have not seen the dividends of the 2023 presidential election. It has never been submitted. No document has been concluded that this is what 2023 election
has brought through.
You people are talking about 2027.
Okay.
See, let me be honest to you. These graduates we have today, I'm a graduate. I'm going for youth corps member. All of them are dangerous set of people in this country. Tell me the orientation program in the youth corps camp or whatever they do there that talk about a breach tribalism and sectionalism. Tell me one. Rather they say, take them to the south, take this one to the west for intermarriage, for this, for that. Tell me one benefit of youth corps. Somebody will say we got married.
Well, once that marriage is there, once that marriage is there, but I do know that during the camp process, there's because they have been drilled and trained by soldiers. There's that spirit of camaraderie that's meant to be instilled, and the benefits of leaning on each other's strengths. I think that's also done during the camping process. All right, so let me quickly wrap up. I want to do a draw for one place. Somebody's asking, I've been buying tickets too. Hey, they don't call my name. Why? That's why it's a raffle draw. Let me quickly say this. Remember when there was this company in Nigeria years ago? I was a child where you needed to buy their drinks and then you need to open the crown corks, and then there used to be numbers. Remember when they called numbers on television? So if there was a picture of a generator and there's a number there and your number gets called, you just won the generator or the car. Back then, the car was the biggest thing. How many of you remember? It was the big thing. The whole of Nigeria was engrossed. That's basically what the draws are. So some people would buy, some people would win, some people win today, some people win tomorrow. But unlike that draw, right? With the one play, it's continuous. So you didn't win today, no problem. It's going to be next week, and we have a big jackpot coming up this Friday. So those of you who have bought your tickets from last week, your ticket also guarantees you an entry into this last draw as well. So it's all up for grabs, literally all up for grabs. On Facebook, Patrick Amadi says, good morning. Tribalism can never stop because language is the strong thing that brings tribalism. We are going to change language now. Language is power. Patrick, wait, whilst language is power, no one, and I mean no one who I have ever met, right, has ever stated that for us to cure or for us to manage tribalism, we should let go of languages. Even people who speak very similar languages also fall apart. They have fights. Case in point, the American Civil War. They all spoke English, but you had the Unionists and then you had the Confederates. It had nothing to do with the language. Absolutely, it's ideologies. My tribe is better than your tribe, basically. So that's where the issue is. Moving on. Good morning. The anomaly called tribalism, for it to be changed, there must be a total reorientation theory carried out within our localities. But the fact that in spite of our socio-political divide, we belong to one entity called Nigeria. I mean, over the years, there's really been the issue of social inequalities amongst us as a people, and all of that must stop. The earlier we begin to understand the fact that we are one, irrespective of our tribe, the better for us all. By Festus with that comment. If only more people heard that, right? If only. Do you please have what is enter for digit? No. I was talking about the sorry. Let me go for this draw. I'm talking about the draws for gifts years ago. I think, can someone remind me? That was 2000. Was it not 1998? Or was it 2001? When we had to buy soft drinks, and then when you opened it was bottled, wasn't plastic. When you opened, when you uncorked it, when you remove the crown covers, right? You now have to scratch the rubber, and then it gets to be painted with an item. Some people want generators. Some people want deep freezers, fridges, televisions, right? So to win, your number, right, the number on the crown or under the crown cork must match with the number that was going to be called on television. I think the draws were done. Was it not every day? Was it every Friday? I can't remember. Oh, jeez, man. But anyway, that's how those draws were done. Speaking of draws, let's go do ours right now for one player. So that just in case the one person's number doesn't get to answer, we'll call another person. They will not say, this Jude was not fair.